So let's talk about Five Nights at Freddy's, why don't we? So, I'm aware I've been dead for a while, so let's bring me back to life with a horror franchise that should be dead. Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, I'm not necessarily here to diss the franchise because I actually like the games. I really do. I own all five currently. I plan on getting Sister Location, and I still play them from time to time. I'm still working on FNAF World right now. But here's the thing. This franchise is slowly becoming the new Sonic the Hedgehog. What I mean by that is, how can I put this? Butthurt fans, porn, lots and lots of porn, fan fictions, just, and too many games coming out too fast. Just, ugh. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about them. Now, I can't necessarily show you guys any footage, I know, wah, boo-hoo, but I'm sure by now you guys all know what Five Nights at Freddy's is. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna have a little retrospective right now. I mean, look at the title of the video. It's FNAF Retrospective, liv3andl3arn1 reviews. Excuse me. But just we're gonna go ahead and talk about each game, scrolling through each and every single one so far, except Sister Location, because we don't know much about Sister Location right now, except it appears to take place underground, and it appears that there's 4 animatronics. Like the first game. Okay, so here we go. Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is, well, compared to the games that we have nowadays, kind of lackluster, but I will certainly say it's the one that started it all, the one with the most potential, and I would definitely say the most stressful. In the first game, there's 4 animatronics, technically 5, a handful of animatronics, and it's basically jump scare fest. Yeah, the jump scares are a punishment for death, but there's a few other things that could cause you to jump, like the hallucinations. Sometimes you'll get little Freddy faces, eyeless Bonnie faces, and the little phrase, "It's me," and this weird distorted noise. Then there's Golden Freddy. No one knew about Golden Freddy, for a while anyways. He's just kind of there, and his jump scare crashes your game. And then there's little hallucinations around the place where, like, you have "It's me" scrawled out in blood, pictures of crying children, on the heads in the backstage room staring at you with evil, menacing eyes. It's just, it's a jump scare fest, basically. Now, the premise of the first game is pretty basic. You look around the cameras, uh, looking at a camera that has an animatronic and it stops them, momentarily anyways. And then you've got doors with on your left and right with 2 buttons, one to turn on the light to see if there's any animatronics outside, and one to open and close the door. But you want to be careful how you do all this, because you've got a power bar. And the more things you do, the more power you waste. However, I personally consider this game the second easiest in the franchise. No, actually the easiest in the franchise. Because literally all you have to do is keep the camera on Foxy and keep your ears out for the others. Because you can actually hear their footsteps, and when Freddy gets out and about, you can hear his laughter. And you don't really need to keep an eye out for anyone else. You just need to keep the camera on Foxy. Because for Bonnie and Chica, anyways, all you have to do is mash those button lights to see if they're out there. And as for Freddy, you can hear his laughter. If it sounds really close, probably a good idea to close your door. Just saying. And that entire strategy will get you through the entire game, even 420 mode, really quickly. Now, I will say there's a cool little Easter egg. If you put in, when you get custom night, if you put in 1987, you get the Golden Freddy jump scare and your game crashes. I think. I don't know, I have yet to test that on the computer version anyways. But that's Five Nights at Freddy's 1, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, what am I getting myself into? So now comes along Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which I would say, personally, is the hardest in the series. Because, let's see, Toy Freddy Freddy, Toy Bonnie Bonnie, Toy Chica Chica, Mangle Foxy, Marionette, Balloon Boy, Golden Freddy. 11 fucking animatronics, all after your frontal lobe. This one was definitely a bit overkill. Because, let's see, the building doesn't have power, your flashlight does. But you need your flashlight to see if anyone's in the hallway in front of your office, which is where a lot of the animatronics like to hide. And then you've got the marionettes. The new guy, one of the new guys. His gimmick is, I don't like it. Instead of sitting there looking for the animatronics like you should be, keep your camera on the prize corner, because the prize corner is where the marionette likes to hide, and in fact will not leave unless you let the music box drain. You have to keep that music box wound up if you don't want to die from the marionette. Now, to my knowledge, there are only two animatronics that are immune to the Freddy mask, which is your means of defense. And that would be Foxy and the marionette. And then, let's see, Foxy can only attack you from the hall. Everyone, okay, Foxy, Freddy, and Toy Freddy are the only ones that can attack you from the hall. Everyone else comes at you through the vents. From the left vent, you've got, what is it? I think you've got Balloon Boy. Oh my fucking god, Balloon Boy. If he gets in your office, you're fucked. Unless you're at, like, the tail end of 5 a.m. Because what Balloon Boy does is he prevents you from using your flashlight, which pretty much gives Foxy an insta-kill attack, and Toy Freddy and Freddy an advantage. On the left vent, you've got, I think it's Toy Chica and Old Bonnie. And on the right, you've got Mangle, which you can hear Mangle coming from a mile away. If she's in your vent, you will hear static, which means you need to put on the mask. You've got Mangle, Toy Bonnie, and Old Chica. And then that's it. That's all you gotta worry about. It doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, when they're all coming at you at once, Night 4, you might as well bend over and kiss your ass goodbye. But the story is a little more fleshed out here, because as the game goes on, you find out about the events that led to the first game. 4 or 5 children, I think, getting murdered. But anyways, we'll find out about the murderer next game. But yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, it's hands down the hardest because of how much you've got to do. Yeah, and oh, by the way, the nights are slower. Yeah, slower. And then you've got your flashlight to protect you from Toy Freddy, Freddy, and Foxy. And then you got your mask to protect you from everyone but Marionette and Foxy. The mask is essentially your door, and the flashlight and the lights on the vents are essentially your lights from the last game. But that's the biggest problem with Five Nights at Freddy's 2. It's the same game with more added to it. Yeah, that's a good idea for a sequel, like I haven't played Crash 3, but it's like Crash 3 to Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. It's the same game, you've got your hallway, but you add a few new mechanics. It's not a bad idea, but come on, try something new. Which brings me to the third game. So go check your screens, playing sounds or scream, you're just an attraction. First game, most stressful. Second, hardest. Third, most disappointing. This game screams rushed. Because, yeah, it functions, it works, but again, it's the same fucking game. You look around at cameras, you spot the animatronic. It slows them down a bit. All cool and stuff. But there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 new things introduced in this game. Okay, 5 actually. 1, there's only one animatronic that can kill you. His name, Springtrap. And his jump scares aren't very scary. He literally just walks in and is like, "Sup, bro? Sup, bro?" 2, the main cast can't actually hurt you. They just hurt your progress. Because you've got Phantom Balloon Boy, Phantom Freddy, Phantom Chica, Phantom Marionette, and fucking Phantom Foxy. The Phantoms all have their time. Balloon Boy takes up the entire screen, which means you need to change cameras really quick, and he can appear in any camera. Freddy, wandering down the hall, literally looking at the camera or the maintenance pad, which I'll get into in a second. Those will protect you from Phantom Freddy if you can transition to them fast enough, or you can just stay in the camera or stay in the maintenance pad. Phantom Chica is in the arcade machine in one of the cameras. You'll see her face, and the moment you put down that camera, it doesn't matter if you change cameras or not, she will get you. Oh wait, no, if you do transition fast enough, she goes away. But you see her, and you don't put down the camera quick enough, she'll be sitting right over there on the right, just waiting to jump scare you. Phantom Marionette. What he does is he's only in one camera, but you have like little to no transition time when you spot him. Because when you spot him in that one camera that he's always in, you know it's the one he's always in because it has the marionette mask in it. It's the one camera that has the marionette mask in it. But the moment you see him and he takes notice, he pops in and literally watches you right in your face with that, and he won't let you touch the maintenance pad or the camera, which basically gives Springtrap and the Phantoms more leeway to get you. And Phantom Foxy is the only one that has no tell. He is completely random as to when he wants to show up. But you'll know there's literally no way to know he's there because he'll just pop up on the left whenever he wants. Now, the maintenance pad is probably the biggest gimmick of the game. You have three systems you gotta watch out for. The ventilation, which is what, uh, if you're not quick enough to repair that, that'll cause hallucinations, which means you'll be seeing the phantoms a lot more. The camera system, which allows you to see what's going on throughout the establishment. And the sound, which I will get into in a second. Actually, I could talk about that right now. The sound is what you use to keep Springtrap away. You have to. Here's the thing. Springtrap is lured from room to room by each and every little sound. Ironically enough, the sound that you play is Balloon Boy's laughter, or him saying hi or hello. And Springtrap will go to that room if he's close enough. But here's the thing. There's a quick and easy way to beat this game. If you can get him stuck in a loop. What you have to do is you need to get him in the room between the far exit and the room with the marionette mask in it. Keep him in that room. And another gimmick in the game. Vent ceiling. Hang on a moment. Another gimmick in the game. Vent ceiling. Sorry, my computer was freaking out. Vent ceiling. If Springtrap gets into the vent, you'll know he's in the vent when you hear some clanging. You have seconds to react. Because if you seal a vent in time, he'll back out right back into the room. But if you miss, crawls right through that vent and gets you. But if you keep him in that room between the far exit and the marionette mask room, you can literally keep him in a loop. You keep him in that room, you seal the vent that is linked to that room, and every time he leaves, if you don't hear the clanging, you play Balloon Boy, and he pops back in. So, yeah, this easily makes it pretty easy, which it actually is. It's probably the easiest in the series. But it's also the most disappointing because it screams rushed. Partly because there's only one animatronic that can kill you. But we still got two more games to talk about. The next one and the spin-off. More on that in just one moment after the transition screen. Five Nights at Freddy's 4. The one that nobody wanted, but everyone is terrified of. Because this game is seriously a nightmare fest. This game is definitely the scariest in this franchise. Because, okay, you've got 5. Boo. See, left hall, right hall, closet, bed, main room. Yeah, 5 areas. Technically 6. Where you're pretty much only able to look. According to the game's map, there's like 9, but there's, let's see, Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Bonnie, Nightmare Chica, Nightmare Foxy, Plush Trap, Jacko Bonnie, Jacko Chica, Nightmarion, Nightmare Balloon Boy. There's 9 fucking oh wait, no, and Nightmare Fredbear. 11 animatronics again. Only I included the ones from the Halloween edition, which will basically be Jacko Bonnie, Jacko Chica, Nightmarion, and Nightmare Balloon Boy. Yeah, for some reason he didn't give Freddy a Jacko appearance. Oh, and you got Nightmare Mangle. Can't forget Nightmare Mangle, which means you've got 12 animatronics in this game. On the left, you've got Bonnie. On the right, you've got Chica. And behind you, yeah, that's right, you move in this game. Behind you, you've got Freddy. And then Foxy is sitting back there in the back of the hall, wondering what to do, really. He's kind of confused as to what he wants to do. But what he does, basically, is he goes from left to right to center. And if you catch him, you'll prevent him from getting into the room. Now, for some odd reason, he doesn't go directly after you. He goes into the closet. Apparently, it's a nice closet. But anyways, he goes in the closet and he has basically 4 stages. He's right at you. He barks at you, even. He's gently lurking out. He's standing there. And he's a plush. If he gets into the closet, the only phases you really got to worry about is him skulking and him right in your face. You don't really got to worry about him standing or him as a plush. But give it time and he'll be back to any of those phases. Now, the big gimmick here is sound. Sound. Basically, when you open a door, you need to listen out for breathing. And trust me, if you hear that breathing, you do not want to turn on your flashlight. But you can also hear footsteps. If you hear footsteps, you go to one of the sides, and then if you don't hear breathing, you flash your flashlight, which will stun them, essentially. It'll send them back to behind the hallways, I guess. And if you shut the door, you're giving when they're at the end of the hall, you're giving them a one-way ticket to your frontal lobe. Just saying. Now, Bonnie is special in that he can attack you from both right at the door and inside the room, because that's right, if you take too much time, you die! So you've got Bonnie from the left coming in and picking you up and nomming your face. Yeah, nomming your face. All the animatronics literally eat your face. I'm not joking. They pick you up because you're just a scrawny little child. And they eat your fucking face. How's that for terrifying? And then you've got Chica on the right. Chica will attack you at the door. You can hear her coming from a mile away because she likes to hide out in the kitchen. Yeah, there's a kitchen. You can't see the kitchen, but there's a kitchen. And Chica likes to make you a sandwich, I guess. I don't know. You hear a lot of glass clinking, so she might be making you a ham sandwich or something. Ooh, ham sandwich. It sounds really good right now. But anyways. And if you take too long when trying to get her, she sends her cupcake after you. Just let that sink in for a moment. She sends Carl the cupcake after you. It's technically 13 animatronics. And then behind you, you got big old Fredbear. Well, not big old Fredbear, because big old Fredbear is an animatronic. You got Freddy. And his gimmick is kind of interesting in that he doesn't initially go after you. He puts little Freddy dolls on your bed, and the way you get rid of them is you hold your flashlight there. And basically, 1, you're alright, you're safe for now. 2, you're safe for now, but you might want to pick up the pace with checking the bed. 3, you just barely scraped by. But if there's flashing, you'll know you need to check behind you, or one of the doors. Because your character will blink. Yeah, blink, like really quickly, when there's an animatronic about to enter the room or kill you. If you're right at the door, if you can't hear the breathing, look for the blinking. Though you might want to be very careful with that. Because it could be another source. Like, say you've got Bonnie at the door, but Foxy is just about to come out, and you've got Freddy behind you. If there's a blink and you put your Bonnie's not at the door. He's right at the end of the hall. If you blink and you shut the door, Bonnie will get you. If you turn on the flashlight, you want to hustle for Foxy or or Freddy. And then this game has a boss fight. It actually has two boss fights. You've got Nightmare Fredbear, which, come on, guys, you cannot say that it's not Golden Freddy because it fucking is. Look at him. Like, literally, look at him. He is, yeah, sure, the hat and the bow tie are different colors, but his fur is the same color. And given time, and purple will fade to black. It's called deteriorating. But anyways, what Fredbear likes to do is he likes to run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like he's doing a little dance, like I'm doing now. Yeah, get down. Anyways, and he has two phases when he's at the hall. He'll be at the far end, and then he'll be right at your door. And if you're too slow, you don't need to flash your flashlight with him unless he's on your bed. You want to shut that door. Because if he gets in, you're dead. And you don't want to be too long with the door either, or you're dead. Because he is one fast motherfucker. Same with Nightmare, because Nightmare skips the end of the hall phase and is right at your door. And Nightmare, and same goes for Nightmarion. They are aggressive motherfuckers. And the thing about Nightmare and Nightmarion is, unless you have the all Nightmare mode option checked, you also gotta fight him and the main four. Same with Golden Freddy, really, because after Night 5 with Night 6, you've got him and you've got the main four, but not at the same time for some reason. I think he didn't put them all at the same time because that would have been a little too troublesome. But yeah, it's definitely the scariest, the most high energy. I haven't even beaten it yet. Put it in that perspective. But anyways, there's still one more game we gotta talk about. Wait. We can't talk about that beast yet. As you can tell by my new shirt, I'm not past me. I'm present me. Past me forgot to talk about something involving FNAF 4. Plush Trap and Nightmare Balloon Boy. So, between each night, aside the little Atari-style minigames you get that explains the story, which actually FNAF 3 had too, and FNAF 2 had them depending on how you died, and they were completely random if you got them. But this game has a definite minigame called Flun. Yeah, it's called Flun. Fun with Plush Trap, or Nightmare Balloon Boy, respectively. And what this does is, basically, if you win the minigame, you get to skip straight to 2 a.m. on a normal run. If you're doing a challenge run, it skips you straight to 1 a.m. Plush Trap is special. He makes no noises whatsoever, except you can hear little footsteps running around. Because what's going on is you're in a little hallway with 3 rooms. 2 on the left, 1 on the right. Sorry about that. And then in the center is a chair. And on that chair is Plush Trap or Nightmare Balloon Boy. Plush Trap just runs around. He's easy to tell because you can hear all 3 runs of footsteps. And what you have to do... Oh, hang on, before I talk about what you have to do. Nightmare Balloon Boy is different. You can only hear his first and his third go. Because the second go is drowned out by his hello. Hi. It's a mess. Nightmare Balloon Boy especially, because he is far more aggressive than Plush Trap. But the goal of the minigame is to get Plushtrap or Nightmare Balloon Boy on the X that's right in front of you. If you're too early, you can find out where he is. If you're too late, you get a jump scare. And that is fun with Plushtrap and Nightmare Balloon Boy. It gets you a bit of an upper hand, but I find that if you succeed in the minigame, the night gets harder. So it's probably safer to to just purposefully lose and then go about your business. But that's just me. Now we can talk about Five Nights at Freddy's World. You guys didn't ask for this. No one really asked for this. Sure, it had hype behind it, but no one was expecting what we got. Five Nights at Freddy's World. A game that does nothing for the story involving Five Nights at Freddy's, and is completely different, which it gets absolute respect for. It tried something different from the normal formula. However, dare I say, I found this game far more disappointing than Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Why? Well, let me tell you, sonny boy. When the game was first released, it was nothing like the trailer. It was completely Atari style. And that was one of the biggest disappointments about the game, in that it was nothing like the trailer. We were expecting a full 3D overworld that looked gorgeous. And what we got was 8-bit sprite. Not even 8-bit, more like 4-bit sprites. Then he took it off Steam, even though it apparently did really well. And he made it free. In fact, you can actually go get it right now on GameJolt. But anyways, what we got afterwards missed quite a few things. Yeah, we got the full 3D overworld. Yeah, we've got a huge character selection. But personally, there's a few things I find disappointing. For one thing, he showed us an image of what appeared to be Mangle hanging. I'm too lazy to show you guys the image now, but I'm sure you guys are going to look it up anyways. But anyways, that's nowhere in the game. Nowhere. Not even in the recent update. And honestly, that's kind of disappointing because I wanted to see what he was going to do with that. He had a good idea there. He had potential to make the game darker than it was intended to be. And he blew it. Because that image is nowhere in the game. 2. You're always stuck as Freddy in the overworld. Yeah. Always stuck as Freddy in the overworld. You can have freaking coffee pot. You can have freaking coffee as the first person in your party. And in the overworld, you'll be Freddy. Which is stupid, because he clearly has models for everyone that he could use instead of Freddy. Like, Scott, come on, dude. Come on. 3rd. Yeah, the game is pretty dark on its own, especially as of Update 2, because you've got the guy sitting at the desk, you've got Baby, which, another thing that this game is, it's an extended fucking trailer of Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. The fuck, Scott? That's fucking... Gaming 101. never make a game an extended trailer and then do nothing with it. Like, okay, maybe that was a bad choice of words because he is doing something with it because Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. But I'm just... this game is disappointing. I do like the fast-paced battle system, though. I can give it that. Because what you do is, you've got your friendly little mouse right here, and what you do is you go all around the screen, and you click all the different things that you can do. Like, you've got a party of... You got two parties of four animatronics, and each of them have three different attacks, each doing something different. Like, for example, fourth wall does massive damage. A mystery box changes your party to both parties to completely random animatronics. And prize ball is a random move. But here's the thing. I personally think it's a bit too slow, even with the endless speed chip. Which, yeah, there's also chips that you can use to improve your party. And there's also bites that help your party in combat. You can only have 4 equipped at a time, which is kinda dumb in my opinion. But it's just me. I mean, it makes sense with the bites, but not so much the chips, if you know what I mean. But anyways, the story isn't even that good either. Like, it's a game with multiple endings, like Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Only Five Nights at Freddy's has 2, and I think FNAF World has like 8 or 9 at this point. We'll see what happens after it. It's guaranteed an update after Five Nights at Freddy's sister location comes out. Because there's like... You've got to do something with Baby, you got to do something with Funtime Freddy and Funtime Fox. Oh wait, he already did something with Funtime Foxy. Never mind. But anyways, just... Some people find it good. I am personally on the middle ground. I think it does some things right, but it's still a disappointing mess. Which honestly can be said about the entire series at this point. Because first game had a lot of potential. Second game did the first game again. Third game did the first game again. The only one that really tried to have its own identity was 4. And even then, it's a jump scare fest like the previous 3. And then you've got FNAF World, which is completely different. Hence why it's a spin-off. But I don't know, it's just me. Go ahead, call me crazy, I don't care. I'm on the middle ground. I like it, but I don't like it. Same thing with the entire series. I like the series, I like the story, I like how it plays. The only thing is, I'm disappointed in the fandom for one thing, because again, lots and lots of Foxy and Freddy porn. But it's disappointing. But I'm still looking forward to Sister Location, because who knows, maybe he'll throw us all for a loop and try something different. But all in all, the series is still holding up. It's still rather decent to this day. Which is why my rating for this game is probably around a 6.5 out of 10. But that's just me for the entire series. If I could rate each game independently, the first game would be a 7. The second game would be a 6. Third game would be a 3. Heh, ironic. The fourth game would definitely be an 8, and FNAF World would be a 5. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and sitting through my bullshit about this cancerous series. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to like, comment, share, favorite, subscribe. If you want to see more from me, go check out my gameplay channel, Dak the Nephilim, which there's a link to in the description and on my channel. And I'll catch you guys next time. So until then, peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, this video went on for almost an hour. I am so sorry, you guys. But it's a retrospective. What are you gonna do when you're looking at an entire series? I mean, come on. Come on.